All right, everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Dave, also known as Loving Them Trains, and I made this long hike again up the road just to give you a quick update on the building. I don't know if you can see through the trees, but you can see it looks like we got some walls and siding on our new building. So I'm gonna go up closer and we'll get a look and an update. So as I'm walking up, you can see that they're starting to get the road in, and this looks like some kind of culvert overpass that they're starting to build for drainage. Not 100% sure why they dug this area out here, but as you can see, there's another structure over there because this area is going to have a few of them, not just ours. But here's a look at our building. As you can see, we've got the roof and we've got the siding. It's still siding here. So things are moving quite quickly. The left side that I'm pointing at now, with where the roll-up door and the other entrance will be, this is actually the side that the layout is going to be on. And then over to the right here, the last part of this, approximately, I want to say 2,200 square feet, is going to be for our tenant. So let's go take another look at the other side of this. Well, I just found out that this hole in the earth is a retention pond. Oh joy, mosquitoes. So we have discussed a type of fish that we could possibly get that will take care of that issue. Of course, we want people to be healthy and not have any issues from mosquito bites. The company back there is going to be a bed linens importer. That building is actually 10,000 square feet. So I wonder if we can coerce them into swapping buildings. Probably not, but we've got plenty in our 7,200 square foot building. But they're certainly going quick. And then as I pan around here without making you dizzy, on the other side of the retention pond will be our builder's building. So there will be a total of 3 structures on this area. All right, here is the other side of the building. And you notice there's some shade here. And from what I understand, we will always have some degree of shade in relationship to the sun. So that brings up the topic of what we're going to do as far as landscaping back here, or if we should in fact have some kind of concrete or even the sidewalk extend on this side. This right here is what we would call the west side of the building. And we have this area down here where there will be drainage. But we're trying to decide if we're going to add sidewalks here. If you look at the foundation, you notice that there's been some damage that has happened that we'll have to have taken care of. And maybe if we get a sidewalk, we can address that at that point in time. You don't want to go into the building with all these little things that eventually can become larger issues. Right, so here is the right side of the building, and this side is the side that's actually going to be for our tenants. That's Dan and Dr. Lamb there that were here. All right, see you all later. And so right now, just to put it out there, we ideally, we're gonna have to have a tenant, but we ideally would love to have a model railroad club. You would have, and I apologize for earlier, I think I said 2,200 square feet, but 1,800 square feet. So a nice size HO layout, or larger N-scale layout, or small O-scale even. we are definitely looking at getting a tenant of that sort. And the reason we're looking for such an organization is because we are looking for longevity with whoever we get to rent out this area. Of course, we don't want a company coming in and leaving every 2 to 3 months, but we would, you know, have a contract in any event. But just wanted to put that out there. So not much going on in the inside, except of course we have shade now and we have our walls up, so the building is definitely more secure. But there will be installing the HVAC and other infrastructure inside of the building. This is the side where we're going to have our tenant, and then that side down there is of course going to be for our area and our layout. And I just actually saw a drawing of the potential layout. Exciting stuff. Well, as I close out the video, of course, if you have any questions about our club and potentially being part of our club, you can certainly reach out to me either in the comments below, or you can also send me an email. But I think the next step is that we're going to get our concrete around the building, our parking spaces, get that all taken care of. And at this point, we're looking at a deadline of everything being completed by July 31st of 2025. So at this rate, I don't see any reason for that not to be accomplished. But we're all very excited that we're at this point. We certainly have had our share of issues and stumbling ground on the way to this point, but things are consistently moving forward, and that's what we're happy about at this point. So as always, this has been Dave, also known as Loving Them Trains, and until next time, later y'all.